judge. Sarah, can you estimate about how many times you were down in Washington, D.C., roaming the Capitol?
I really don't know how many because I've been there so much, which I enjoy. I love going to NESS. They have a policy center down in Washington. So I like to spend time with them and Mark on the phone and Sarah Weir and Jenny and the people I've met through them, and it's just a great time.
And Sarah, you have worked with a number of people. I can remember the first National Down Syndrome Society Gala at the Waldorf Astoria Towers that you spoke immediately before Barbara Walters. And she listened to Sarah's speech, and then she had to follow Sarah and got up, and the first words out of her mouth were, "If anybody ever asks me to speak on a program behind Sarah Wolff, I'm going to say no thank you." And that was a great speech when you talked about your family and all of your accomplishments. Don, you have Sarah on your statewide board as well.
Right.
What are some of the things that she's been able to do in Pennsylvania?
Well, also she's on my board at the local level too, and I think she adds that personal experience, as you mentioned before. She's very good in groups, and as you also mentioned about the speech, it doesn't matter whether there's 10 people in the room or 1,000 people in the room. She just connects with the group that's there, and really has been an expert at doing that. Her real passion, I guess, at the state level is trying to forward the self-advocate movement, and she really wants to get involved with other people that have disabilities that would, where she can help them to learn how to do, like she has done, contacts with people and really get involved with the legislative process, the understand politics, how to talk to your legislators, and just being there. You know, oftentimes people with intellectual disabilities are not involved, and you know, we like to say nothing about us without us, and that's really, you know, one of the phrases that the ARC of the United States are using, because we typically over time have not involved the people as much as we should have, and it's a changing element in the system right now, and it's really great to see.
Sarah, you had a petition that you helped put together and circulate. Tell our audience a little about that.
The petition was on, still is on there somewhere, change.org. And I started it the day after my birthday, I think it was last year, and it went viral. We had like millions and millions of signatures, and it was all for to get Congress to not just pay attention, but to get the ableact passed.
You know, I hear that, and I've been down, obviously, lobbying on matters that are important to my profession as a lawyer. And I hear it all over from people that we bring in to teach us how to approach members of the legislature. And the first thing they say is, you need to get numbers. You need people to contact their legislators. And that petition was terrific. That had to wake up a lot of the members that didn't think this was that important. So, Don, what do you see in the future as far as the act? We're lucky that we have Teresa Osborne down there with the aging.
Yes, in Pennsylvania, you're right. We have some great people. Karen Murphy with the Department of Health and Teresa Osborne with the Department of Aging are two wonderful local people who can really add to do some really good things in Pennsylvania. Like I mentioned before, Todd, I think the issue that we really would like to see is that this be put on the front burner. And it's going to be a struggle because of so many other issues that are afoot right now. But we'll make sure that we're right up there, and we'll drag this one along with us and make sure that they sit up and take notice, as you mentioned before. She's got that knack. She has that skill. and we'll make sure that that happens.
And Sarah, the gala honoring Senator Casey, you're going to play a significant role in that.
Yes.
Tell us what it is.
I'm going to give him his award for all his efforts and just being part of the ableact team, and probably a few words as a self-advocate and a board member of the ARC and National Down Syndrome Society, and so I can't wait. It's going to be a fun night.
You know, I don't know whether you remember it. I'm sure you do. But when I was on the Scranton School Board, we had an in-service for all of the teachers. And I asked Superintendent Dr. Williams whether you could speak to them about the need for inclusion. And he had some reluctance initially. And you spoke and kind of brought the place right to their feet immediately. You looked out at the audience, if you remember, and shook your finger at them and said, "I don't want anybody talking during my speech." And then said, "I've been dying to say that to a room full of teachers."
I don't remember the part that I said that to them, but
But the speech was terrific, and I had more teachers talk to me about the impact that you had. So I congratulate you for that. When we come back, we're going to have some closing thoughts on this week's edition of You. I'm Todd O'Malley with the law offices of O'Malley and Langen. If I say accident, what do you think? Car crash, falling down the steps, unexpected events. People don't realize most of these accidents aren't really accidents. They're injuries caused by careless third parties. So if you've been hurt at work, call O'Malley and Langen. 1-800-817-COMP. 1-800-817-2667.
If you are disabled and unable to work, you may be entitled to Social Security benefits. In order to obtain benefits, you must prove your disability is severe enough to keep you from working. Social Security is financed through a dedicated payroll tax. If you have been paying taxes, then you have been paying into Social Security. And if you are no longer able to work, you've earned your rights to your Social Security benefits. Call the lawyers at O'Malley and Langen, representing Social Security claimants for a quarter of a century.
Come back to You Be the Judge. Don, funding is always a problem for any social service organization.
Right.
You rely on a certain amount of funds from the state,
Yes.
and they've been cut back.
Yes, they have. A number of years ago, 2.5 years ago or so, we took about a 10% cut in all of our services, in most of our services, and we've really struggled to get things back even. And we haven't really seen a rate increase for 8 years. We've been flat funded for that period of time, and it's very difficult because even if inflation is only at 2 or 3%, when you're flat funded for such a long period of time, you really have to be digging into bone. The fat is long gone. So,
Now, we're gonna put up your website,
Great.
and any of our audience that wants to contribute to the ARC certainly can.
Right.
And
That'd be great, Todd.
from
Thank
time
you.
to time, you have fundraisers, and
We do. Yes, we do. We're actually doing a bit of a capital drive right now to fix up some of our residential sites, and we could use all the help we can get.
okay, Sarah, we'll get busy on that for the ARC too, won't we?
yes, we will.
Okay. And Sarah, what are your thoughts in closing?
First thing I want to say is, as a board member of the ARC and the state level of Pennsylvania, and of course the National Down Syndrome Society, as their self-advocate, I'd like to thank everybody that get to be a part of ableact, and get the part of my family and friends, and to be part of a great piece of legislation, and as of me personally as well. This month, I think it's already passed already, but it's my 13th year here at O'Malley. So yes, I do feel old because I turned 32 today. So, But I just want to say thank you to everybody.
And thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. And I think on behalf of millions and millions of Americans that are whose lives will be enriched for this, I thank you. You have made a difference. Don, thank you for the great work you do with the
Thank you,
ARC.
Ted. Appreciate
and
it.
thank you for sharing your Sunday morning with us on You Be the Judge.
Are you a veteran who is looking to improve your math and writing skills? Enroll in RVATS at Marywood University.
It's been about 7 years since I was in school, and upon completing the RVATS program, I feel that it really helped me with my confidence in taking courses here at Marywood University.
These are free, non-credit classes for veterans and their spouses. Use your new skills to get a job or go back to school.
So it is such a great opportunity, and I'm thankful for it.
Contact us to enroll in RVATS at Marywood University today.
I'm Todd O'Malley with the law offices of O'Malley & Langen. If I say the word tragedy, what do you think? Floods? Hurricanes? Devastation on a huge scale. I bet not one of you thought work injury. And that's a problem in our society. Just because something happens one person at a time doesn't make it any less significant. Over 3.5 million people are injured or killed on the job every year, each an individual tragedy. If you've been hurt at work, call O'Malley & Langen, 1-800-817-COMP.